Thank you so much for coming. Thank you everyone for coming to my live stream today. I appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in. My week has been great. How was yours? Mine was good as well. I couldn't wait for Friday to come, to be honest. It felt like a long week for me, but thank God Friday came. Still watching ads because you know it's important. Okay. Thank you so much. Keeping up. Thank you so much for watching my ads. I really do appreciate it. Okay. So my week, Jessica Onye, thank you so much for coming. Queen and family, thank you so much. Charity Media, oh my God, I've been rated today. The designers original, Moses Swiss. Oh my God, they keep coming, keep coming. Thank you so much. Oh, Jen and Ome, thank you so much. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in. Zoba's World, thank you so much, every single one of you. I do appreciate. Jennifer Jackson, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm just blushing. Thank you. I'm super excited to see every one of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you for coming. Thank you to Adeze as well for asking you guys to come. Queen Daisy, thank you so much. So, like I said before, my LS is going to be for just an hour. 5 minutes done already, so we've got about 55 minutes to go. Adese Osawe, thank you so much, and thank you for bringing your crew as well. Precious Williams, thank you so much. Okay, so Charity Media, thank you for coming. I'm just gonna say thank you to the LS we finished today. I've got 20 amazing people. Thank you so much. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in. I'm coming from Adese. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Adese. Thank you. I appreciate every single one of you for coming. Okay, so like I said, this LS is going to be as interactive as possible. So Lonzi said, Mom's issue. I can't wait for you as chat WhatsApp. Check my about. All right, okay. Ketu Sage, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. I guess I'll just use the first 10 minutes to welcome people. But TTM Family TV, thank you so much. I do appreciate every single one of you. I've got 22 amazing people in the house. Thank you so much. Jessica Onye, Charity Media. Oh my God. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you for coming. Thank you. So, like I was saying, the LS is going to be as interactive as possible. So, it's a topic like people change from time to time. People change in relationships. So the question is why do people change? Okay. It's something that we are all aware of. Okay, because maybe you've changed from what you used to be in your relationship, or maybe maybe your husband or your spouse or your wife has changed. So what do you think is the reason why people change? So that's the question we're asking today. So it's something that I want us to actually think about. And if you want to come on the screen as well, I'll put the link. I think I've got the link here. If you want to come up as well, you're free to jump on that link to come up why you think people change. And the reason I decided to do this topic is because I actually saw a post on Facebook, and P. Onyekachi John, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please connect with me if you don't have me, please. I'll be very happy. And thank you so much. That's another of my members. Shout out, shout out, shout out, shout out. Thank you so much. I do appreciate everyone and for your support, for every one of my members. Adese and Elias, thank you all so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Your family with me, that's great. Let's have a look. See Oyekachi John. Okay. I'll find you after my LS so I can watch one of your videos. Thank you so much, guys. I do appreciate it. So the reason I decided to do this topic was because I saw on Facebook, I went on Facebook, I go to Facebook from time to time, trying to limit how much time I spend on Facebook and WhatsApp and all that. But I went on Facebook and I saw a post, and this guy, Momsney, said people change because change is the only constant thing. I'm just gonna highlight that so that we don't miss it. Okay, so like I was saying, so I went to Facebook and I saw this post, and this guy was so surprised when he saw his wife's report card from secondary school or university saying, oh, she was very soft spoken, she was very tender hearted, she was very quiet. So the man was surprised, like, is this actually the same person? You know, because we're obviously different people. And I thought, like, it's actually true because people change, but what could be the reason why people change as much? So Mom's Niche Diary has given us the first answer. She says people change because change is the only constant thing in life, and as individuals we are all evolving, learning amid unlearning daily lead to change, both positive and negative change, and that is so correct. The only constant thing is in life is change. If we're constantly, if we're in one place, if we don't change, that means we are stagnant. And we know what happens to a stagnant water. After some time, it begins to smell. Okay, so we're not stagnant. We are evolving with time, with age as well. We evolve. We're evolving every day. We're learning. We are learning things. So some things that you used to know as a child, as you grow up, those things change. You realize that this thing is not quite what I thought it was. You unlearn that thing and then you learn something new, and that's what we do every day. And as days go by, I've got 24 amazing people in the house. Thank you all so much for coming. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in. I would really, really appreciate it. And share the stream if you can as well. That would be great. Okay, so the only thing that is constant in life is change. Like constant is change, okay? So change is constant. If we don't change, say for instance, you give birth to a child today, and in 5 years' time, the child is supposed to go from crawling to walking, from walking to running. If the child doesn't go through all those stages, then the parent becomes, even at 1 year old, if the child hasn't started crawling, the parent become worried. Okay, so that is the essence of change. So we change from time to time. Okay, I can tell you that the person I was 5 years ago is not the same person I am today. And the person I am today is not the same person I'm going to be in 10 years' time. Why? Because things would happen. I would change, I would evolve, we keep evolving every day. Okay. So that's just the first thing that we've got. So the only thing, different circumstances changes people as well. Okay, thank you so much. I really like the fact that you're in my LS today monthly diary. Thank you so much. So monthly diary says, let me go up see if any other person has given any other comment. Okay. And so she says both positive and negative. So this change can be positive or negative, but what we want is a positive change. We don't want the negative change. Precious Meal, thank you so much for that amazing share. Thank you so, so much. We want the positive change. We don't want the negative change. Okay, so we want to become better versions of ourselves. We want to grow to become better. We don't want to stay where we are or get worse. Okay, so that's really important. Zobas World says, Mom Niche, okay. So Mom's Niche Diary says, different circumstances change people. Okay, I'm just gonna highlight that again. Let's have a look. We must change to allow. Good. I'm really loving this this LS today because so many people have got good ideas like why people change. Okay, so Mom Ninjari says different circumstances change people, and that is so true. Okay, so based on your experiences in life, based on your circumstances in life, and I think that's one of the major things that changes people, our experiences, our circumstances. So nothing is permanent. Just like she said before, there's nothing that is permanent. The only thing that's constant in life is change. And as our circumstances changes, we change as well. If we don't change as our circumstances change, then we'll find it difficult and we'll begin to struggle. Okay. But as our circumstances changes, we change as well. Okay. So that's so important. Okay, let's go back to Charity Media. So Charity Media say we must change to allow new things to come in. Okay, so Charity Media just made a point there that we must change to allow new things to come in, because if we are the same people, then those new things might not come. We need to be able to allow ourselves to embrace those change. If we're still the same people, say for instance, which example I'm going to give now. If we go to university, in order for us to learn the new things that are being taught to us, we must be open-minded. We must open our minds to learn, if not just in the university, in life generally. In order for us to learn the new things, okay, we must be open to learn new things, okay, so that we can evolve. As we evolve, new things to begin to come to us. Okay, let's have a look, see if we've got any other comment. Keeping up says, I'm learning new things today so I can apply it in my new relationship. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm so glad to be here. Yes, I'm happy you're here. Mom's niece. Truly, I must go and watch that your video. I saw the notification, but I was busy doing other things, so I couldn't watch it, but I'll watch it. Then if I say people change because of their circumstances and experiences in life. Okay, so I'm just going to give an example of myself, right? So I personally, I used to be, actually, I still am. Hello, Cubs, then. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And I think I've lost my track. Sorry. Cubs, then, thank you so much for coming. Thanks, everyone. Max Style, I'm just going to go down. Thank you so much for coming. Where was I? So someone said people change because due to experiences. Due to our experiences, circumstances, and experiences. I'll just put if it's there. Yes, circumstances, experiences, and environment bring also change in our lives. So we need change to become better. Okay, so we need this change to become better versions of ourselves. Okay, because if we don't change, we'll remain the same people we are. Okay, so you are learning something and you're not putting those things into action. You are stagnant, you are in one place. We don't want to be that person. So I was going to give an example of myself. I am naturally a quiet person. I'm naturally a very kind of introvert, is introvert most of the time. Okay, but I've got a friend. I used to know him a long, long, long time ago. Okay, and somehow we lost contact for years and years. And I knew him growing up as a young girl, and then we lost contact, and then somehow again we got back into contact on Facebook. How friends of friends, friends of friends, and then we got back in contact. And then he at that time I started my YouTube channel, and then it says, "This is not you. What happened? What brought about the change?" It's a pleasant change, but he was like, "What brought about this change?" Okay, and it says, "Okay, what did you study at uni? Did you study law? Did you study this? Did you do this? Did you do that?" I said, "No. The only reason I've changed to become the person I am today is because of the experiences I've had." Okay, so the experiences we have, the experiences that come our way, tend to change us, make us better, make us stronger. So there's some experiences that you have that you think that, oh my God, this thing is going to kill me. If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, it makes you a better person. Okay, and that's why those experiences come our way. If those experiences don't come, if those experiences are going to kill you, it won't come to you. But when those experiences have come your way, do not just sit on those experiences. And I remember one of my videos, I did a video a couple of months ago. I talked about don't waste your pain. I remember, don't waste your pain. If you've had those experiences and you haven't learned anything from those experiences at all, then that is an issue. For every experience we have, you want to be able to say, okay, you know what, I've had these experiences, this is what I've learned, and this is what I'm going to make out of my life because of these experiences. The same thing, 2020 was a very, very challenging year for everyone. And I remember on one of my short videos, I said, what experience did you what did you learn? What lessons did you learn in 2020? A lot of people are complaining, oh, 2020 was this, 2020 was that. Some people haven't actually sat down to say, okay, what lesson have I learned? So every experience you have, every experience you go through, you want to sit down and say, okay, what did I learn from this experience? Don't just let those experiences pass. So 2020 has passed. What did you learn? Okay, it's not enough to just learn these lessons. How are you going to use it to apply to yourself? Okay, and I said that one of the lessons I learned is the fact that there are some things that you can't change. And I know that personally for me, I'm someone that worries a lot, like, okay, this has to be done. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do that. But come 2020, I realized that, man, there's some things that you have absolutely no control over. And if you don't have control over them, why kill yourself? Why worry yourself so much about it? I can see the chat jumping. I'm not able to read everybody's comment. But I appreciate every single one of your comments there. Okay, I read Cobbs then. God, I said people change for different reasons. Change are expected. If there's no change, then it means we have not learned anything. Exactly. Learning produces change. And that's exactly what I'm saying. I hadn't read your comments and Cobbs then before I started talking. Okay, so but she's right. Every experience that we go through should bring about a change in our lives. Don't just let your experiences go to waste. Okay, don't let your experience. Is it an issue with your health? Don't let it go to waste. Is it an issue with your relationship? Is it with your business? Is it financial experiences, setbacks? Don't let it go to waste, and make sure you learn something from it. And once you've learned from it, don't just sit on it as well. You want to like use it to reach out to the next person to say, okay, this is what I've learned. You also can learn from it. Okay, so that's also important. I'm just going to read some comments. Oh, Heady Living with Deborah. Thank you, Lizzie Atkins. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry I wasn't reading the chat, but thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. Victoria Omaka, thank you so much. Good evening, host, and good evening, everyone. Happy blessed Sunday to you all. Thank you so much. Yeah, Wendy Babs, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you for coming. Thank you so much for coming, man. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that's here right now. I've got 24 amazing people. I'm so pleased. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, I'm just gonna go back, see if I can read any more comments. Try. Okay, so that was Cobbs. Then go back up. Ify Best. Okay. So Mom's Niche Diary say very true. Experiences change us. We can only get better and stronger by it. That's so true. If you don't change, if your experiences don't make you strong, then I don't know what to say. If you allow your experiences to go to waste, then that's not the best. You are everywhere. Designer Original, thank you so much. Jessica Onyi says the change when a person either thinks destructive. Okay, I need to read that statement. Jessica Onyi. Jessica Onyi says the change when a person either thinks destructive relationship thoughts or when he or she doesn't think about the relationship enough or at all. So Jessica Oyen is talking about why people change in relationships. Okay, so she's saying that people change when they have destructive thoughts or when they don't even consider the relationship at all. Okay, and this can be true. So some people change based on their selfish needs, based on their selfish desire, without considering the how it's going to affect the other person, which is so bad. Okay, so when we're in relationship, we need to consider our partners. We need to consider the people that we are with. Okay, so that we're not just hurting them and changing to become the best version of ourselves based on our needs and our wants, not considering the person that's next to us. So that's really important. I've got 27 amazing people in the house. Thank you all so much. I do appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so Mom's Niche Diary says very true. Experiences change us. We can get better and stronger by it. Okay, so that's also true. I've read that one. Healthy Living with Deborah, thank you so much for coming. Victoria Omaraka, thank you so much for coming. Yawendi Babs, thank you so much. So Mom's Niche Diary, I've just missed your comment again. Nagas in Dubai, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you for coming. Thank you so much. I've missed someone's comment. I'm so sorry, guys. The chat is just jumping on me. Please host, what is the topic for today? Because I'm just coming. So Victoria, we're talking about why people change. Why do people change? People in their personal lives, and also we're talking about why people change in relationship. And we've been able to establish that we all change from time to time. We cannot remain the same. But the change that we want is a positive change. We don't want the negative change, okay? And someone says people change when they have destructive thoughts about their relationship, okay? If I don't read your comment, please point it to me or host. I'm here background doing something. Okay, thank you so much. Ify Best says another thing is change, then another is to implement what makes you change. make use of good things we learn every day. Okay, so try to me just say good now. You're talking. Okay. I'll just go through the comment. Hello, host and everyone. Youngest in Dubai. Thank you so much. Okay, so Bunny Bluebell, thank you so much for coming. Oh, Bunny, why have you got your sound off? Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So the bottom line is we all go through change from time to time. Okay, we all go through change, but what we want is a positive change. We want a positive change to become better versions of ourselves. We want to change in a sense that we want to change to become better. So the experiences that we get, the experiences that we go through. Jessica Trinovec, thank you so much for coming. Okay, so Keeping Up says people change because they are no longer compatible anymore. Change is allowed for growth to take place. Okay, so that's a very strong point there. Okay, Keeping Up has said that people change because they are no longer compatible. So we know that people change due to experiences. Okay, and once we've had those experiences, Jessica Trinovec, thank you so much for that amazing share. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So people change because they grow, they evolve, they have different experiences. Our value system change. Okay, and when our value system change, you can't force us to remain the way we are because we've seen that okay, this thing shouldn't be this way, this thing shouldn't be that way. Okay, I was in I think it was Wendy's I can't even get my words right anymore. Wendy Babs um LSS, and she was talking about how she changed. She was talking about how she changed from what she was to a new person. Okay, how she was being misled by a group of people, and then suddenly she realized that okay, this is not the way. If that's the case, you can't force me. Now that I've seen that okay, this thing shouldn't be this way, you can't force me to keep being the same way. Okay, so we evolve, our value system changes, our thought process. Inspirational by Mary, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Okay, so if for instance my value system has changed and it means that I'm no longer compatible with this person, then that's an issue. Okay, so that's an issue for relationships. Because when you go into the relationship knowing that okay, this is the person I want to be with. Okay, and if you now say okay, we're not compatible anymore, then that's a big issue that you need to deal with in your relationship. It's very, very difficult. Okay. But yeah, when the babe says change is part of development, and so we must be aware of this so as not to be in shock when people spring surprises on us. That's so true. So we need to know that change is a part of life. And not Mom's Diary says, hello, Noma Wetu. Thank you so much. Estes Edo, thank you for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. So we need to be aware that change is a part of life. It's a process that we all go through. We all go through change. It's a part of life. We need to be aware that okay, this change happens. And so just like Keeping Up said that some people are no longer compatible. So when your partner evolves, you want to be evolving as well. So your partner cannot be evolving and you stay in one place. That's going to be a massive issue. So you need to be aware that okay, this person is changing, and this is the reason why this person is changing. I use myself as an example. My husband is not here. I hope, well, I hope he's not here watching me. Okay, so a while ago, he said he was going through a process. He was going through a process, renewing his mind, renewing his thoughts. And my thoughts were so fixed, like, okay, this thing should be like this. It shouldn't be like this. But then his mind was changing. His mind was evolving. And I'm like, how can you say this? How can you say that? Who do you think? I'm like, I was so confused. Like, this is this person I married. This is who you are when I married you. So why are you now becoming something else? But over time, I realized that okay, this person is not just saying these things. He's saying these things because his mind is evolving. I better evolve as well. you know, Otherwise, it would be an issue for us. And then I began to see things from his perspective. I began to sit down and think and say, okay, you know what? Maybe what this person is saying is true. Let me give it a second thought. And then I began to think about what he's saying, and I began to see sense in what he's saying. But if I don't see it from his perspective, if I don't see what he's saying, then we'll go our separate ways because we have different thoughts. And that's where Keeping Up said we become incompatible. But the truth is, when one partner is evolving, the other partner, you need to be evolving. So if I'm reading books that's making me a better version of myself, you also want to be reading books that will make you a better version of yourself as well. Otherwise, we'll become incompatible. We'll be working on different pages. Okay, and that will make things really, really difficult for us. Okay, but thank you. So at this says change is a part of life, and I totally agree. Precious Meal. Change says as they grow older and experiences more, some partners change for good and some grow apart. That's so true. As we grow older in life, we have experiences. So those experiences, we need to use wisdom to say, okay, you know what? These experiences would not draw us apart. Otherwise, we just draw apart and that relationship would break down, which will lead to the breakdown of our relationship. And we don't want that. Okay, so if my partner is going through an experience, I experience it with him. If my partner is going through a renewing of his mind, let our minds be renewed together. So my mind might not be renewed in the same pace as his mind is being renewed. But let me see it from his perspective. Let me hear what he's saying. Okay, what have you got to say? Why are you thinking this way? Why is this happening? Okay, and then I begin to think about what he's saying, and then we can move together. Otherwise, like Precious said, we'll grow apart, and that's not what we want in our relationship. But thank you all so much for your contribution. I'm loving this LS so much. Before this chat jumps on me again, Mom's Neat Diary. Okay, so as kids come in, relationship dynamics will change. As the relationship increases, change would also happen. I guess it's just finding ways to adjust. And that's so true. As a relationship, as things happen, children come in, work coming, we get busy, so many things begin to happen. Sometimes people fall ill, people recover, family issues, my sister, my mother, people begin to evolve in a way to try to accommodate these changes. And that's one of the points I have done. Some of the reasons why people change is a way of adapting to what's going on, a way of adapting to what's going on. Okay, so adjustment, we adjust to the changes, adjust to the fact that, okay, it's not just the two of us anymore. Now we have children. It's not just the two of us anymore. Our parents are there, our sisters are there, our brothers are there. Some other issues occur as well. So those are things that we should be thinking about. Okay, so Monthly Diary, I've read that one. I agree with you, Sister Daisy. What did Daisy say? Let me go to Daisy. What did you say? Change is a part of life. Okay. Keeping Up says, this topic does not just apply to marriage, our daily relationship with friends and family members. So, which is also true. Yes. It doesn't apply to just our friends. And sometimes we have friends from maybe secondary school, university, and after some time we grow apart because our values change. We have different things that come into our lives. We get married, we get jobs. We don't have time anymore. So things happen that change us. Our experiences would actually change us. So Zoba's World says, yes, changing positively in our relationship can make our relationship grow stronger and even sweeter. It is also part of development, so we should be bold. We should be bold to embrace positivity in our relationships. Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Elliot Matters, thank you so much for that amazing super chat. I had to scroll down to see that super chat, to be honest. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Queen Amo TV, thank you for coming. My life changed. So Jennifer Jackson says, my life changed. Why is this thing going down again? My life changed when my kids were diagnosed with health problems. That taught me that life is full of surprises, and each change comes with its benefit because I've learned to be better prepared. Adese Osawe, thank you so my God. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Okay, so I wish I could find that comment. Jennifer. Okay. So Jennifer is saying that her life changed. So her life changed when her kids were diagnosed with health issues. sometimes we go through life thinking that, oh, it's going to be good, but then sometimes things happen, some things that you have no control over, they happen. What do you do? Are you going to keep being the same person you are? Say, okay, say for instance, Jennifer's children um, are diagnosed with health issues. Is she going to continue the way she has been? Of course not. She's going to adjust her lifestyle. She's going to adjust her mind to be able to accommodate the changes that have happened in our children. Okay, so it's important for us to know that our experiences change us a lot. Okay, I've had experiences in my relationship, I had experiences in my health. In my health, that I didn't die. I knew that, okay, if I didn't die now, I'm not going to die. Okay, if this didn't kill me, I have to be a stronger person for it. I have to survive. And that's what brought me where I am today. Those experiences I've had is what has made me. I never knew I had the strength. I never knew I could speak to people. I never ever knew. I never saw myself speaking to people. I never saw myself having the strength, keeping up, keeping up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thunder Scorpion, thank you for coming. When a woman tells me that I've changed, I just change her out. Oh, thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for coming, Thunder. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Queen and family, thank you so. Oh my God, I'm so amazed. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I don't even know what to say. Giving up my family. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. Okay, so like I was saying, those experiences I had, and this wasn't not so far away. Queen Amy TV, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you. Thunder Scorpion, thank you so much. Delta, is Delta begin here? The Delta, okay. Thank you so much. If I haven't called you, I'm so sorry, but thank you for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so those experiences I had changed me. And when that my friend was saying, "Oh, Terry, what happened to you? What happened? Did you study law in university? Did you study this? Did you study that?" I'm like, "No, I'm here I am today because of the experiences I've had. I'm where I am today because I had to fight. I had to draw that strength from inside. Strength I never knew I had. I never, ever knew. Because I'm like, the very soft one, the very, very soft, the one that cannot even kill a fly, the one that cannot, that would, as in the softest person you can think of. And then I had these experiences that I couldn't cry. I mean, I cried. I didn't know. I had no choice but to be strong. I had no choice but to survive. And to think of the fact that I was in a strange land, I didn't have a family. Well, I had family, but they were so far away. The Delta Peking, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, I was in a strange land with no one. I had to be strong. So those experiences did not go to waste and made me stronger. Put the word of God in my mouth, put the word of wisdom in my mouth, put the word of encouragement in my mouth. Okay, someone see me now will be like, "Oh, Tara, what happened? Why have you changed?" But this is why I've changed, because of these experiences. Okay, so in our lives, we go through experiences, we go through changes in our lives. Just like and Jennifer says, her children were suddenly diagnosed with health issues. She had to learn to be better prepared. She had to learn, like, okay, life is not the way I thought it was. Something else has happened. Therefore, I need to be there for my children. I need to be strong for my children. Okay, I know, and that definitely would affect your relationship with your husband as well. Okay, so it's now left for your husband to say, okay, you know what, things have changed as well. Oh, let me not blame this woman for taking so much time to look after the children because she has to be there for her. Okay, so these are experiences that shape us, experiences that make us to become different people. Okay, I agree with you. So Tonda says, I have a Nigerian woman who wants to come visit, but she wants me to pay for her passport, visa, and stay for 3 months. Sounded fishy. Well, what kind of arrangement do you have with that person? Eh? What kind of arrangement do you have? Watching in the background. Thank you so much, Esther's Chronicle can be unpredictable. So yes, Inspirational by Mary saying that life can be unpredictable, which is so, so true. Life can be unpredictable. Changes happen per minute, per minute. I would take COVID, for example. We're all having a nice time. I just come back from Africa. I was having a good time, like, oh, I've enjoyed the sun, the weather. And the next day, we're asked to go into lockdown. Unpredictable. No one saw it coming. No one saw it. Grace's Wall, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Okay, so no one saw the pandemic coming. No one saw the lockdown coming. And when we think that we're getting better, we went into another lockdown. And when we think things are getting better, there's another variant of the COVID virus. So things change per minute per minute. We need to be prepared. We need to know that change happens. And when change happens, it's not always for the bad, sometimes it's for good. Because we talk about COVID, when COVID happened, a lot of people are complaining. A lot of us have come up with YouTube channels. A lot of people have started online businesses, e-commerce businesses that are booming. So it's not always a negative. Okay, so Norma says circumstances changes. Let me look for Norma's comment there. Okay, so circumstances changes bring change to everyone's life, which tends to be a blessing and helps you to have a story to tell and build you as an individual for better. Okay, which is so, so true. It's also true. So circumstances changes, experiences. Oh, what am I saying? Circumstances, challenges, experiences, they all happen to us and then makes us a better person. Gracie Wall, thank you so much. Hi, I'm dancing. I appreciate you so much. How are you? Okay. Comment from okay. That comment from Thunder is expected. I know. That's why I told him Happy New Year first. He's just one of a kind, to be honest. But I do enjoy him. Thank you for coming, Thunder. Happy New Year to you. I haven't seen you this year, but thanks for coming. Okay, so circumstances happen, things happen, and then we change. If you decide to remain where you are, then you might struggle, you might find it difficult to cope. So it's important that as things happen, life happens, we begin to evolve with the time. We begin to evolve with the circumstances around us. So Precious means the same. People, where is it? Okay. So people often see change in negative light. If two people have change in a relationship, it may not be negative. It can also mean that the two people have grown and evolved together. Yeah, which is true. And that's why I said it's not always negative. It's not always negative in relationship. Like I was talking about myself and my husband just now. When they evolved, I had to evolve as well. So we evolved together so that we are thinking in the same direction. So that it's not like, okay, he's thinking this way and then I'm thinking this way. We're evolved together and we're better. We're getting better every day because we talk about these changes, we talk about these things, and we're getting better every single day. So change is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, the only change we don't want is when we change to become negative. So when people change to become negative in a relationship, then that becomes an issue. Jill said that I offered that one thing, but she automatically expected me to pay. I'm good. All right, okay. So Tonda, what relationship did you have with the woman that she's saying that you should pay for her ticket, her visa, and all that? You're inviting her, so why not? You invited her, so why not? Okay, so you should deal with that on yourself. Okay, so like we were saying, change is not always negative. Sometimes change is positive. The only time we have issues with our relationship is when the change becomes when it's a negative change. Like that post I saw on Facebook when the man was saying, his wife used to be soft spoken, quiet, and tender hearted, doesn't make noise, nothing. And now obviously the wife is like the opposite. Okay, so now you want to ask that woman, like, okay, why has this woman changed from being a very quiet and nice and soft person to someone that's now very aggressive? Okay, it didn't happen overnight. something must have prompted it, something must have happened that would have made her to change, that would have made her to say, okay, you know what, I can't be like this. So that might be a defense mechanism, and that must have been triggered by the man she married. By the man she married, maybe circumstances around her, okay, but it has been triggered by something. So that's the kind of things that we're talking about. So those kind of changes, it might be negative, it might be for, maybe she's a very quiet person like me. Okay, so Precious is saying, guys, thumbs up for the host. She deserves it. Yes, 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 yes. Thumbs up for me. Thank you so much, Precious, for that. Thank you so much. So yes, so that change must have been triggered by something, maybe by the man she married, maybe by the fact that she now has children she can't cope with, maybe by the experiences she's had. So that change has definitely come up by some as a result of something. So those are the kind of changes that we need to be looking at. So if you married someone, man, woman, and suddenly the woman becomes the worst version of themselves, then you need to be asking yourself, like, okay, what's happened? Why has this person changed? What's happened? Why has this person changed? And if you want the person to go back to being who they are, then you need to sit down and ask her and say, okay, you know what's happened? What can we do to make this relationship better? Okay, so Norma is saying reason for not changing is annoying comfort zone is enjoying comfort zone, and it's because you think you reached your destination. Okay, so Norma is saying that some people don't change because they are comfortable where they are. And we know that the comfort zone is a place of it's our biggest enemy, so to say. You're in your comfort zone, you can't be bothered about anything, you're just there, nothing is happening, you're happy, you think you have arrived, you've reached your destination. Okay, but that's your biggest enemy because there's always more. Ages Food Corner, thank you so much for coming. I'm glad I'm glad you got me today. Thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. But you think that you're in your comfort zone. You think that you have arrived in your comfort zone. Meanwhile, there are people that are doing things, people that are establishing themselves, people that are doing great and mighty things. You are just sat there. The Delta Peking, money has also changed some people. Okay, so that's another point. The Delta Peking is saying that money changes people as well, which is also true. So some people are humble when they are like, okay, you know what, I don't have any money. But the minute they start making money, you see the worst part of them. There are some men, some women, when they don't have money, they are okay where they have. But as soon as they start making money, their partners become an enemy. Their partner becomes maybe a slave to them, or their partner becomes someone that's not good enough for them. Okay, so that's also true. Okay, but we don't want that kind of change because I don't think that's a good change. That's a negative change that we don't want. Okay. Designer says the man should tell us what she has been doing to cause that change. A good woman won't change to be the worst version of themselves if she's well loved. And that's also true. And that's why I said she needs to sit down and ask, okay, what's happened? Okay, thank you, AJ, for that share. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So a good woman will not change. I mean, most women, if we have everything, we might not have everything we need, but if you have the love, the care, understanding of your husband, the attention of your husband, it's hard to see a woman change. It's hard. But if that woman changes to become a worse version of herself, then you as a man want to sit down and say, okay, the same for the man, the same for the woman. You want to sit down and say, okay, you know what, what's happened? What's happened that's made this woman or this man to change? Maybe the man is someone that used to love you, used to come home happy, singing, happy, and suddenly he's become withdrawn. Then you want to sit down and say, okay, what's happening? What have I done? Maybe not me. What circumstances have made this man to change? Okay, so that's something we should be looking at. Okay, I'll just read a few more comments. Okay. Jennifer Jackson says, the most common change is not usually positive but negative, and that's because life itself is full of negativity. I don't know if anyone agrees with me, but that's how I feel. A lot of changes happen, negative and positive. Okay, but most of the time, The reason you are saying that it's mostly negative is because it's a negative change that tends to be seen. So even in relationship, when a man or a woman changes to become better, the partner is happy. They won't say anything, they will enjoy it. But when the person changes to become negative, the whole world hears it. Okay, so I think that's why you're saying that most of the time it's a negative that happens more. But no, positive and negative change always happen. Okay, life pushes us to change. Okay, that's what we talk about experiences. So Pioneer Kachi John says life pushes us to change, and that's our experiences, our circumstances, our environment would make us to change because everything is evolving. You too need to evolve. Your partner is being in a certain way. You need to adapt. You need to evolve to be able to accommodate your partner. Otherwise, you will just be frustrated. Okay, so Jennifer Jackson says the most common change. Okay, I've read that one. Hello, everyone in the building. Okay, Thunder Scorpion. Right, Thunder Scorpion. If she changes, there's another man in her ear at work. No comment. Money makes some men change too. It's vice versa. That's so true. Um, Jennifer Jackson says you have an awesome content. I'd love to connect with you. Thank you. They say I was able to find. Oh, thank you so much. You're very welcome. My house is big enough to my house is big enough to contain every single one. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Mom's Nick Jerry say there's a popular saying that when people have money, then you see the real self. So I guess money changes people too. That's so true. I'll just read sometimes changing relationship caused by I think I'm almost getting lost with this comment. Okay, let's deal with mom's niche one first. Okay, so she's saying that there's a popular saying that money changes people. When people have money, you see the real person they are, and that's why I said sometimes you see that people are quiet, they're humble when they don't have money, but when they have money, that's when you see that okay, they're everywhere. They become proud, they become boisterous, they become pompous. You can't even talk to them anymore because they now have money. But when they don't have money, they are very humble, and that's also true. It's all good, Rachel. Thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you today. Fully listening and learning at the same time, preparing dinner. That's completely fine. Thank you so much for coming. Yes, at Monthly Diary, only the humble believe with the fear of God will become rich and still remain humble. That's also true. A lot of people, once they become rich, that's it. You see them like, oh, you know what? Who are you to talk to me? Do you know who I have? Meanwhile, they only have 1,000 naira or 1,000 pounds. They become rich and they become pompous and proud. But we don't want that kind of change. We want to be humble despite all. Okay, when they, and yeah, when they just said that only the those that have the spirit of God would remain humble even when they become rich or when they have money. Thunder says, what's Thunder saying now? 2 weeks ago, I met a woman at a gas station. We swapped numbers. She was barely texting me. The moment I brought up how I could pay her bills, she started responding immediately. Okay, Thunder Scorpio says that the woman changed because he told her that he could pay her bills. And that's the thing, because she realized that you can take care of her. She changed from ignoring you to now talking to you. So that you and these women, where do you see them from? When some people Yawandi says when some people become rich, they become their own god. Vanity upon vanity, all now vanity, which is so true. Which is so true. As soon as some people become rich, you can't talk to them anymore. I was saying, I think some weeks ago, I was saying before that I know someone that when we're talking about how to resolve conflicts in relationship, and when we're talking about bringing in third party and things like that, and I said I know someone that nobody can talk to him. Nobody can talk to him. It feels like he's a man of his own. Is a man of his own, therefore nobody can talk to him. He makes his money by himself, therefore nobody should talk to him. No one can advise him. Not his father, not his mother, not his brother. Okay, nobody, not even his friends, because he feels like he's better than all of them. Okay, but that's the true. Money changes people a lot. Okay. Neka says this is really true. You can only tell the character of a person when they become rich. Okay. Okay, that's so true. No, no blocked her number. Gold diggers. But yeah, people change for different reasons. Thunder Scorpion, people change. She might be a gold digger, maybe not, but there you go. Yeah, both ways to see. Okay, thank you. Fully saying sometimes changing relationship cause right. So Queen Darcy, I'm just going back to Queen Darcy's statement. She says sometimes changing in relationship caused by photocopies others and not what you see is really happening. Everyone has their own skeleton under their skirt or trousers. So this is very important. So Queen Darcy is saying people change because they want to copy other people. They want to copy other people. They see people's relationship and they want to be like that person. But not all that glitters is good. People have their skeletons in their cupboard. People have their issues that they will never show to you. And in one of my videos, when I talked about stop comparing yourself with others, I said that everyone has their own journey. So if you want to be like me, you want to also experience my failures. You want to experience my difficulties. Don't just say, okay, I want to be like this person and choose one part. Future Sound B, thank you so much for coming. To improve things need to change. That's all right. That's all right. Okay, so people tend to copy other people. You want to be like this person, you want to be like that person, but you don't know the skeleton they're covering. You don't know what's going on in their homes. You don't know what's going on in their relationships. Okay, so let's not copy people. Be authentic, be original. Okay, so that you can be happy. Otherwise, that will just bring trouble in your relationship and lead to that relationship breaking down as well. Mom, this is very true at early years matters. That's a trend now, and it's sad. Relationships should be genuine. Both parties should be ready to give to the relationship. Early years matters. What did you say? Oh, what's wrong with Richie? Host, I'm at the background. Oh, sorry, Richie. I didn't know that. Sorry, I was going to call you. I said, let me call you after the LS. I'll ring you after the LS, okay? So people are selfish these days. They enter into relationship for what they can receive, get, and when this is not happening, they withdraw. Such is life. Okay, and that's so true. I think I'm missing some comments, but I'm so sorry. So some people go into relationship because of what they want. Okay, so they see someone just like Thunder Scorpion was saying just now. If he's decided that okay, come, I'll pay your bills, and the woman actually comes and finds out that Thunder Scorpion doesn't have the kind of money that I want, she will change again, and then become somebody else. Okay, but early years, you're right. People go into relationship because of what they can get from it, not because of what they can give. Okay, and when this says we should go into relationship to give and not don't give because you want to get, but give love. Okay, and that love you give will definitely come back to you. So it's really, really important that we're not selfish. Okay, because if we don't see the things that we want in that relationship, then it will backfire. If we're selfish, thinking about just ourselves, not thinking about the other person, that relationship is also going to break down. Okay, so it's really important. We need to all embrace our uniqueness. Be you because no one is better qualified to be you. It's one of my popular phrases. I really, really like that. No one is more qualified to be you. No one can be you as good as you can be yourself. Okay, I'll just change it around for you, Mom. Okay, but that's right. Be you. Be authentic. Be yourself. And I always talk about communicating. If your partner is doing something that you don't like, you always want to say, okay, you know what, this thing you did, I don't like it, instead of changing. And one of the other reasons why people change is, say, for instance, you keep doing something to me, I don't like it. I tell you once, you refuse to change. I tell you two times. I keep telling you. I would look for a way to try to adapt to that situation and say, you know what, I'm not saying anything anymore. I'm going to act this way instead. So when my relationship, if your partner is saying, okay, don't do this, don't do that, we need to listen. Okay, so listen to what they are saying, and try to accommodate whatever that person is saying to you. Otherwise, they will just build like a defense mechanism or an adaptation mechanism whereby whatever you say won't matter to them anymore. Whatever you do won't matter to them anymore. Okay, so it's really important that we're not selfish and that we are authentic. I'll just really a few moments. I think we're almost running out of time in this. And as long as the future sound base, if you trying to thank you, happy new year to you as well. Okay, healthy living. Deborah says some it's because of the material things they saw before entering, and when those things begin to vanish, they change, and they too will vanish as well. I blocked her because she texted me giving me her cash app. Oh wow. Okay. Just a few more comments. Sandra said, I'm going back to the African shops to try and pick up an African woman. Sandra, I'm not going to say anything to you. You come. And then we must go into a relationship with no expectation, because expectations bring disappointment. If don't expect anything from you, nothing new you do will surprise me or make me angry. Okay. Think in relationship we both have right. Okay. So the designer is saying that when you go into a relationship, go without any expectation, because expectations will lead to disappointment. If your expectations are not met, then you will be disappointed, and which is so true. And I always say have have expectations, but not unrealistic expectations. Okay, your expectation is that, okay, I love this person should love me back. That's a realistic expectation. Okay, and before you go into that relationship, you need to establish that this person loves you before you go into the relationship. Don't expect that, okay, I'll go into this relationship and then the person will start loving me later. It might not happen. It might, but it might not happen. Okay, so we need to go into relationship with realistic expectation, not too much expectation. Okay, so it's really, really important. Okay, so I think that's it for today. We're back on time. It's 6 o'clock. But thank you to everyone that turned up. Thank you all for all your contributions. I really appreciate every single one of you. So the bottom line is, in life we change. As time goes on, we change. Circumstances, experiences, environment, we change, we evolve. And I think it was Momsy Jari that first said, I agree, into a relationship with realistic expectations. Yes. In relationship, in life, we all change, we evolve, things happen, we get married, we have children, health issues occur, we go into a different environment, things happen, and we change to accommodate those changes. We change to become better versions of ourselves. The only way the change will be negative is if we're changing to become the worst versions of ourselves. But we know that what we want is to be the best version of ourselves. We want to keep doing the things that will make us better. But bear in mind that change happens. And when change happens, you need to change. When things happen, you need to evolve and change with the things that are happening in your life. Otherwise, how host. Christina Flourishing, thank you so much for coming. Change is bound to happen in life. Yes, it happens. Whether you like it or not, it will happen. But it's the way you react to that change, the way you deal with that change, the way you adapt to that change that actually matters. Okay. You have to learn how to speak Swahili, Scorpion. Okay. Well, that's it for tonight. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you for coming. Ify Best Channel, the Delta Pekin, Adese, Mom's Nijari, Christina Flourishing, Ify Best Channel, Thunderscore from Bridges Network. Hi. Sorry I'm late. That's fine. Thank you for showing up. Make sure you give me a like before you leave. Okay. The Designers Original, thank you so much for coming. Keeping up with my family, thank you so much. Elias Matters, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one. Jessica Onyi, I love you all. Thank you so much. Ages Food Corner. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Victoria Omarka. And there was another Victory Space. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you for turning up. I do really appreciate you for coming. But that's it for today. The Future Soundbeat, thank you so much and for coming. Norma West, who I don't know if she's still here, but thank you so much. Okay, but that's it for today. I hope Yawendu Babs, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming. Glad I made it. I'm happy you came as well. I'm really I'm really pleased. Thank you. The Delta Bikini. I appreciate every single one of you. But that's it for today. Have a beautiful week, everyone. Have a lovely week. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay positive. Remember, every day matters. So live your best life every day. Okay. Thank you so much and bye bye. Bye, everyone. Nice to be in your most amazing people living. Have a blessed week ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm gonna end it now. Okay. Ages for corner. Bye, everyone.